Hello everyone, I am Dilip HK. I am going to present the topic on support vector machine, linearly separable case, non-linearly separable case and kernel function. Firstly, let us understand what is support vector machine. Support vector machine is a supervised machine learning algorithm which can be used for both classification or regression challenges. However, it is mostly used in classification problems. In the SVM algorithm, we plot each data item as a point in n-dimensional space where n is the number of features you have, with the value of each features being the value of particular coordinate. Then we perform classification by finding the hyperplane that differentiates the two classes very well. Here, hyperplane are decision boundaries that helps to classify the data points. This is an example diagram to represent the support vector machine. In this diagram, we can see the support vectors. So, support vectors are simply the coordinates of individual observation. The SVM classifier is a frontier which best segregates the two classes, that is hyperplane or line. Let's take up an example. Suppose when we see the apple that has some features of orange, we need the machine or model which identify whether it is an apple or orange. This is possible with the help of SVM algorithm. First, we have to train the machine with images of apple and orange, so that machine learn the features of both apple and orange. Then support vectors creates the decision boundary between these two data, that is apple and orange, and identify whether it is apple or orange. In our example, the machine prints the new data with help of SVM algorithm and identify as an apple. That is the output. Let us see how does SVM works. We got accustomed to process of segregating the two classes with a hyperplane. Now the question is, how can we identify the right hyperplane? Let us understand scenario 1. Here in this picture we have hyperplane A, B and C. Now identify the right hyperplane to classify star and circle. So you need to remember a thumb rule to identify the right hyperplane. Select the hyperplane which segregates the two classes better. In this scenario, hyperplane B has excellently performed this job, as hyperplane A and C does not segregate the two classes perfectly. Let's move on to the scenario 2. In this picture, we have three hyperplane A, B and C, and all are segregating the classes well. Now how can we identify the right hyperplane? Here, maximizing the distance between nearest data point, either class, and hyperplane will help us to decide the right hyperplane. This distance is called margin. Let's take up next diagram. Above the diagram, you can see the margin for hyperplane C is a high as compared to both A and B. Hence, we name the right hyperplane as C. Another lightning reason for selecting the hyperplane with higher margin is robustness. If we select the hyperplane having low margin, then there is a high chance of misclassification. The third scenario. For this scenario, let us use the rules as discussed in previous section to identify the right hyperplane. In this diagram, some of you may have selected the hyperplane B as it has higher margin compared to A, but in this case, SVM select the hyperplane which classifies the classes accurately prior to maximizing the margin. Here hyperplane B has a classification error and A has a classified all correctly. Therefore, the right hyperplane is A. The next scenario. In this scenario, observe the pictures. It's unable to segregate the two classes using a straight line, as one of the star lies in a territory of other, that is circle class, as an outlier. As I have already mentioned, one star at other end is like an outlier for star class. The SVM algorithm has a features to ignore outlier and find the hyperplane that has the maximum margin. Hence, we can say SVM classification is robust to outliers. The scenario 1 to 4 such cases is known as linearly separable case. In simple words, linearly separable case is where dataset can be classified into two classes by using a single straight line. That is called linearly separable case. Let's continue with the other scenario. In the scenario below, we cannot have linear hyperplane between the two classes. So, how does SVM classify these two classes? Till now, we have only looked at the linear hyperplane. SVM can solve this problem easily by introducing additional features, that is z is equal to x square plus y square. This kind of cases is known as non-linearly separable case. In simple words, non-linearly separable case is where dataset cannot be classified by using single straight line. That is called a non-linearly separable case. Now let's plot a data point on axis x and z. In this plot, points to consider are all values for z would be positive always because z is the squared sum of both x and y. In the original plot, the red circle appear close to the origin of x and y axis, leading to lower value of z, and star relatively away from the origin result to higher value of z. In the SVM classifier, it is easy to have linearly hyperplane between these two classes. The SVM algorithm has a technique called kernel trick. The SVM kernel is a function that takes a low dimensional input space and transform it to high dimensional space. That is, it converts not separable problem to separable problem. It is mostly useful in non-linear separable problems. After performing the kernel function, if we look at the hyperplane in original input space, it looks like a circle as shown in the figure. Then let us move on to the tuning parameters. It consists of margin, regularization, gamma and kernel. Let us see what is margin. Margin is a perpendicular distance between the closest data points and the hyperplane. Then the best optimized line, that is hyperplane with maximum margin, is termed as margin maximal hyperplane. Then the closest data points where the margin distance is calculated are considered as the support vectors, as shown in the figure. Then regularization. Regularization, also the C parameter in Python sklearn library. It optimizes the SVM classifier to avoid misclassification of data. These are the diagrams for regularization. The first two diagrams shows the when C is large, margin of hyperplane will be small. Then when C is small, the margin of hyperplane will be large. In this case, misclassification is possible. Then the below diagram, when C is large, it chance to overfit. Then C is small, chance to underfitting, as shown in the figure. The next one is gamma. It defines how far influence the calculation is plausible line of separation. There are two types of gamma, low gamma and high gamma. Low gamma means points far from plausible line are considered for calculation. High gamma means points close from plausible are considered for calculation. This diagram shows the high gamma value and low gamma value. Then moving on to the kernels. Kernels are the mathematical function for transforming data. It is using some linear algebra. Then different SVM algorithm use different types of kernel functions. Simple example of kernel function: x is equal to x1 comma x2 comma x3, then y is equal to y1 comma y2 comma y3. Then for the function f of x is equal to x1 x1, then x1 x2, then x1 x3, then x2 x1, then x2 x2, then x2 x3, then x3 x1, then x3 x2, then x3 x3. The kernel is k of x comma y is equal to x comma y whole square. Then suppose x is equal to 1 2 3, then y is equal to 4 5 6, then f of x is equal to 1 2 3 2 4 6 3 6 9. Then f of y is equal to 16 20 24 20 25 30 24 30 36. Then the f of x comma f of y is equal to 16 plus 40 plus 72 plus 40 plus 100 plus 180 plus 72 plus 180 plus 324 is equal to 1024. A lot of algebra, mainly because f is a mapping from 3-dimensional to 9-dimensional space. Now let us use kernel instead. K of x comma y is equal to 4 plus 10 plus 18 whole to the power of 2, that is 30 to the power 2 is equal to 1024. The various kernels are available, that is linear kernel, non-linear kernel, radial basis function, sigmoid and polynomial. Let's move on to the linear kernel function. These are the commonly recommended for text classification because most of these types of classification problems are linearly separable. Then linearly kernel function are faster than most of the other, and you have fewer parameters to optimize. Here is the mathematical expression. F of x is equal to w power t star x plus b. In this equation, w is the weight vector that you want to minimize. Then x is the data you are trying to classify. B is the linear coefficient estimated from the training data. This equation defines the decision boundaries that the SVM returns. The next one is polynomial kernel function. The polynomial kernel is not used in practice very often because it is not as a computational efficient as other kernels, and its predictions are not as accurate. The mathematical expression is f of x1 comma x2 equals a plus x to the power of t star x2 whole power b. In this equation, f of x1 comma x2 represent the polynomial decision boundary that will be separate your data. Then x1 and x2 represent your data. Then Gaussian radial basis function, that is RBF, one of the most powerful and commonly used kernels in SVMs, usually the choice for non-linear data. Here the equation for RBF kernel f of x1 comma x2 is equal to expression of minus gamma star mod of x1 minus x2 power 2. In this equation, gamma specifies how much a single training points as on the other data points around it. Mod of x1 minus x2 is the dot product between your features. The next one is sigmoid kernel function. It is more useful in neural networks than in support vector machine, but there are occasional specific use cases. The mathematical expression is f of xy is equal to tan h of alpha star x to the power of t star y plus c. In this function, alpha is a weight vector, then c is an offset value to account for some misclassification of data that can be happen. Let us see application of SVM. First one, image based analysis and classification tasks, then geospatial data based application, then text based application, then computational biology, and security based application. These are the application of SVM. Advantages and disadvantages associated with SVM. The advantages are, it works really well with a clear margin of separations. then it is effective in high dimensional space. Then it is effective in cases where the number of dimension is greater than the number of samples. Then it is used as a subset of training points in a decision function, that is called support vectors, so it is also memory efficient. Then disadvantages are, it does not perform well when we have large data set because required training time is high. Then it is also doesn't perform well when the dataset has more noise, that is target classes are overlapping. Then SVM doesn't directly provide probability estimates. These are calculated using the expensive five-fold cross validations. These are the advantages and disadvantages. Thank you.